Through you, Mr. Mayor, I can confirm that we are recording and live streaming, and therefore you may begin your meeting.
Okay, thank you, Madam Clerk. See that it is indeed 4:31. I see that we have quorum, so I declare this special council meeting of October the 4th, 2021 in session. And council, of course, as you know, are the first starting last council meeting. We now read land acknowledgements. We have a different one to read now that the region has prepared, and that all 12 municipalities will be partaking in this new one. They've dropped the one First Nation tribe, the Attawandaronks, and have indeed put in another treaty. Without further ado, I shall read this. We begin this meeting by acknowledging the land on which we gather is the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee and the Anishinaabe peoples, many of whom continue to live and work here today. This territory is covered by the Upper Canada Treaties and is within the land protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement. Today, this gathering place is home to many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples, and acknowledging reminds us that our great standard of living is directly related to the resources and friendship of the Indigenous people. Madam Clerk.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, thank you very much. That does bring us to the approval of the agenda. And I do have a motion put forth by Councillor Wink, seconded by Councillor Olson. Be it resolved that the agenda for the October 4th, 2021 special meeting of council be adopted as circulated. To you, Mr. Mayor, for any discussion.
Okay. After viewing the agenda, is there any discussion on this item? Not seeing any, Madam Clerk?
Thank you. This vote begins with Councillor Hahn.
Yes.
Councillor Hildebrandt?
Yes.
Councillor Kaur?
Yes.
Councillor Olson?
Yes.
Councillor Stewart?
Yes.
Councillor Wink?
Yes.
Mayor Junkin?
Yes.
Thank you. That does carry. Mr. Mayor, that does bring you to disclosure of pecuniary interest.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. After viewing the agenda, is there any councillor that would wish to declare a pecuniary interest and general nature thereof? Not seeing any, Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have so noted. And that does bring us to our next motion, which is being put forward by Councillor Stewart, seconded by Councillor Hahn. And it is be it resolved that the next portion of the meeting be closed to the public in order to consider the following pursuant to Section 239(3) of the Municipal Act. It's Section 239(3.1), educational or training sessions for one item. To you, Mr. Mayor, for discussion.
Any discussion on this item? Not seeing any, Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This begins with Councillor Hildebrandt.
Yes.
Councillor Kaur?
Yes.
Councillor Olson?
Yes.
Councillor Stewart?
Yes.
Councillor Wink?
Yes.
Councillor Hahn?
Yes.
Mayor Junkin?
Yes.
And that does carry. Through you, Mr. Mayor, if you can give me a moment to stop the recording and the streaming.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I do have a motion put forth from Councillor Hildebrandt, seconded by Councillor Kaur, and it is be it resolved that council adjourn the in-camera session and that council do now rise with no report. To you, Mr. Mayor, for discussion.
Any discussion on this motion? Not seeing any, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. And this vote begins with Councillor Kaur.
Yes.
Councillor Olson?
Yes.
Councillor Stewart?
Yes.
Councillor Wink?
Yes.
Councillor Hahn?
Yes.
Councillor Hildebrandt?
Yes.
Mayor Junkin?
Yes.
And that carries. I do have a motion put forth by Counselor Hahn, seconded by Counselor Wink. Be it resolved that the following bylaw be ready for a second and third time and passed, being bylaw number 4393, 2021, to adopt, ratify, and confirm the proceedings of council for the town of Pelham at its special meeting held on the 4th day of October, 2021. To you, Mr. Mayor, for discussion.
Any discussion, councilors? Not seen any, Madam Clerk?
Thank you. This vote begins with Counselor Olson.
Yes.
Counselor Stewart.
Yes.
Counselor Wink.
Yes.
Counselor Hahn.
Yes.
Counselor Hildebrandt.
Yes.
Counselor Kaur.
Yes.
Mayor Junkin.
Yes.
Thank you. That does carry. I do have a motion put forth by Counselor Hildebrandt, seconded by Counselor Hahn. Be it resolved that this special meeting of council be adjourned until the next regular meeting scheduled for October 4th, 2021 at 5:30 p.m. To you, Mr. Mayor, for discussion.
Any discussion? Not seen any, Madam Clerk?
Thank you. This begins with Counselor Stewart.
Yes.
Counselor Wink.
Yes.
Counselor Hahn.
Yes.
Counselor Hildebrandt.
Yes.
Counselor Kaur.
Yes.
Counselor Olson.
Yes.
Mayor Junkin.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. That does carry, and it is 5:35, and you can gavel at your meeting.
Okay, this meeting is over, and council, unless there's an objection, let's take 5 minutes for a break before we start the evening meeting. Thank you.
And if I could just remind council to please log off and log into our next Zoom meeting. Thank you.
Very good, Holly.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.